Good evening humans, Tyrannosaurusmoth here, and tonight we're taking a look at the Action Q Power Rangers Dino Fury Red Ranger figure from Innovation Point. Innovation Point's a new company. This Red Ranger is actually the first figure they have released. They have at least one, maybe two Ultraman figures from the anime versions of Ultraman coming out, I think, later this year. But this is our first kind of taste of what they have to offer in these kind of unique chibi style figures. And there's a lot of good stuff here, so let's get right into it. Let's do this. Aesthetically speaking, this is a positively striking figure and looks great on the shelf. And I mean, certainly the promo shots were enough to draw me in, and especially the price point's definitely right. This is, I think it was about $35 before shipping, and just like absolutely just wonderful. He definitely did not spare any expense on the paint here. So as you can see, those silvers are nice and bright, and the green eyes here on the helmet, super bright, crisp paint all around. Again, the kind of form factor here is really cool. I said chibi style. I don't know if that's proper for this. This is almost kind of between a Nendoroid and at least some other line that I can think of, but the name is escaping me right now. And yeah, just very interesting presentation. And you can see these golds are also just resplendent, as I've said before. Not only that, like the morpher is fully painted, the sword is fully painted, and just excellently so. It just looks really, really good. And you can see the articulation, like you can see it, but it's not, again, I don't think it detracts from the look of the figure at all. So yeah, just a very, very great looking figure. So I definitely recommend it on that behalf. We have a really cool loadout of accessories here with Dino Fury Red, and I'm actually going to start with the stand that you get with it. And as you can see, as a base, just says Power Rangers, and then you of course get the arm piece. That just plugs into there, and then you get a three-pronged holder piece, which does have articulated arms here to kind of account for the size of the figure, or you could use it for other figures, and that just starts there. So there you go, pretty self-explanatory, straightforward. So very nice stand. And then let's get into hands. So we get two fists right out of the box, sculpted really well. It's gonna roll back on me, is he? There we go. Then we get a couple of gripping hands, of course, for the saber. And finally, a couple of relaxed hands. And as you can see, they all just come on this little ball peg. And then finally, we get the saber itself. So the hilt and handle are their own piece, excuse me. And as I'd point out in aesthetics, just like gorgeously painted, great details, like just really stunning piece. Looks really, really good and definitely stands out even from a distance. You can see I have a little paint rub there, so I guess that's something to be careful of. But other than that, very well done. Then we have, of course, the standard blade. Just what I had on it before, just the pretty nice and accurate, very sharp, so be careful of that, because this is definitely kind of an ABS style plastic. And then we get a slashing blade with this like effects piece, nice translucent red, looks very, very nice, very clean. So definitely a fan of that. And same, like very, very bright silver. And this is also extremely sharp, and actually that is noted in the instructions that come with the figure itself. So that's accessories. Some really fun stuff going on here in terms of articulation, so let's get right into it. And at the top of the head we have a ball joint, so we are looking down a little bit, looking up just the slightest bit, and we got some absolutely beautiful tilt. So just like really good range there, just because there's a lot of room with the way that they molded the neck and the space they gave it between the helmet and the shoulders. So that's just fantastic to see. At the arms, at their truest point, obviously you're not even hitting 90, but you just rotate that slightly, and you're coming more into 90 territory. Still not perfect, but again, you can play with it. You are on these kind of ball joints here, like ball hinge style joints, kind of like you see on SH Figure Arts. So we've got that. We can fold to a 90 degree at the elbow. We come to the hands, and you saw the ball joints before, so you're going to be a little bit restricted. So you can definitely swivel around, and you get a little bit of movement forward and back and any other direction, just nothing drastic. Then we come down to the diaphragm, and it's actually a ball joint in there from what I can feel. But it's molded to work just like a standard ab crunch. So come forward about that much, back about that much. We also have a ball joint here at the hips, or at the waist rather. So again, that's gonna give us a little bit more. Also gonna give us a little bit of tilt side to side there, so that's nice. The holster here for the saber is articulated as well, so that can swivel around, get out of the way. Then we come down to the hips, and we do have drop downs. So as you can see, you can go about that far. That is also, it looks like it should be a thigh swivel, but mine do not move, and I'm not going to force it. That's for damn sure. So, so I'm not sure if those are actually supposed to function that way or not, but still some really good range. Because again, you can hit full splits, which is absolutely fantastic. So again, thigh swivel may or may not be there. Certainly not for mine. We got double jointed knees that absolutely fold in half, perfect. And then there are ball joints at the feet, but because of this little cuff at the bottom of the boot, we're not gonna get too much. So not too much point, not too much there. And like a little bit of rocker, but nothing crazy. So that's Articulation. Getting into size comparisons, here he is with some other Power Rangers lines. With some Hasbro. With some other imports. With some monsters. Finally, with an Articulated Icons Oni, and yours truly in human form as an Articulated Icons Ninja. So my final thoughts on the Action Q Power Rangers Dino Fury Red Ranger from Innovation Point is that it's a super fun figure and it looks fantastic. Like I love this thing. And not only that, but again, the price is right. It's a really cool small figure. It's a great desk piece. If you just want a figure to like mess around with when you're like just working, or like, you know, you need a break and you need to kind of like reassemble your brain for something else, like this totally fits that bill. I can't even say how excited I am about that, because again, I just saw this, it looked cool, happened to get the pre-order through Toku Collectibles, and yeah, just really, really cool. So that being said, in terms of picking this up, the only place I could find it online was actually Toku Collectibles, at least domestically here in the US. So if I can find some other links, I'll include those in the description below. But at the very least, I will include the link to Toku Collectibles, who still has this in stock right now. So if you're a fan of Dino Fury or its Sentai counterpart, if you just like this design, if you like Sentai in general, definitely pick this up. It's totally cool, really fun to play with, and yeah, can't really say much more than that. So yeah, I hope you found this review informative and somewhat entertaining, and if you did, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing and or sharing. And beyond that, if you want to take it a step further, I will have ways to do that listed in the description as well. So please check those out. And yeah, ultra thanks to you one last time for watching, and I hope you take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and most importantly, stay weird, simians.